What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Big Suchia. And before I get started, first off, let me apologize for the long wait on these videos. Been out sick with the weather, and I've been going through some stuff, but I finally got my mic back together. Finally got my things back to where I wanted it to be. And, if I can't give it up to the standard that I want to, I just will never put out a video. That's just kind of the way that I like to do things. Try to keep it, keep it fancy. So anyway, you see the pictures on the screen, and I know this is not the most perfect looking video because I don't have a video editor anymore, but that's okay. I didn't do this for perfection for once. This one, I literally have been sitting on this for quite some time, and I've been wanting to do this video. I just didn't know how I was going to attack this video. I didn't know how I was going to approach this video because honestly, I didn't understand whether or not I was just seeing things or if these things were just evident. I didn't understand whether or not that it was just me being crazy or if I was just over being, too paranoid and feeling like, it was just some, BS. I just wondered if it was just me being BSing. But then I took a second and I started to realize that even though I'm very much a comic book fan and I've been reading comic books for a very long time, I understand that certain comic book lores have certain people as lesbians, certain comic book characters have their own sexuality. However, I think I would be really silly and I would be stupid, honestly, if you want me to believe that CW is not pushing an agenda here. I don't know why our people are so silly to think that there is no agenda happening. Each one of these characters are on the screen, and one of them is not like the others, but very much like the others. See, the first one you have Mr. Terrific, right? Seems like a pretty cool character name. We all know that he's a black character. If you watch Justice League Unlimited and other entities, you would know and read the comic books. You would know Mr. Terrific is up there, smarts wise, with Batman. He's a very, very intelligent man. He's very wise and very, very technically sound. So, if you want to be honest, he's one of the most creative people in all of DC. So that being said, I'm very much a fan of Mr. Terrific. And then you got my girl Thunder, and you got Nora Allen, also known as the Flash daughter, for this whole thing, that you see that she's interracial, and that's cool. I have no problem with that. I'm gonna get to that in a minute, actually. There's an agenda being pushed by the CW on the black community. They are doing what I call the subtle attack on the black community. It's not big, it's not loud, it's subtle. They are saying things about our community while pumping us up at the same time. Notice that even Diggle is a caricature of a certain type of man. Notice that Diggle didn't marry Amanda Waller. Notice that Diggle marries another woman, and notice that that woman is white. Notice that Nora is, yes, a biracial person. That means that her mother will have to be a black woman. Iris is her mother. Iris is a black woman. Barry Allen is a white man. My girl over here, Thunder, what is she? She is, without a doubt, A beautiful black woman through and through, right? I put the two in the back next to each other for a reason, because they're both gay. If you don't understand what the agenda is that black people cannot be powerful unless white people say they are. Black people cannot be powerful. Black people can't be strong unless they're gay. Or you can look at it like this. Black people have no ability to pass on their own strength. They have to get it from white folk. And when white folk give them power, that's the only way that they can. And they notice something about our little friend over there, Nora. Nora can't even get along with her own mama. Nora doesn't get along with Iris. Nora hates Iris. Iris restricted her powers, restricted her whiteness. She was happy to see her daddy, her white daddy. She was happy to stand in front of her white daddy. She wanted to run alongside her father. She would do anything to save her white daddy. And when she becomes powerful, she herself will never pass on wealth, because herself is all she cares about. The gay agenda for the black community is not ever to be considered to be just a gay agenda. It's a proven point that black folks can't pass on wealth to each other. There is no love between black men and black women. We can't even agree on the same things. Notice that even in Black Lightning, the two heterosexuals are too alpha, I guess you can say, to even get along with one another. They cannot coexist with one another. He tells her not to do something, and she goes and does it anyway. She doesn't like his power. She doesn't like him strong, and she doesn't understand why her children are like him. She's disgusted by the very sight of it. He is disgusted to see his own children. He himself has power, but he cannot even pass his power on to his children in the right way, to the point where they are able to handle their own power. They have to hide their power from their father, or try to figure it out on their own, because their father would never be around to teach them how to be powerful. You have to look at the agenda that the CW is pushing on the black community. You have to look at the image that they're trying to portray the black person as. We have no ability to pass on power, and even if we do, we don't even know how to do it properly. We leave our children unattended, and our children have to basically raise themselves. They're talking about the single mother household. They're talking about the household and how the father's not in it. Some of you are going to call me crazy. Some of you are going to call me weird. But then you got brothers like Diggle. Look at Diggle. He's a strong guy, right? He begged to be powerful like the Green Arrow. Oh, go back and watch last season. Diggle spends literally 90% of the season mad at Oliver because he cannot be Green Lantern. Mad because he cannot have the same power as a white man. Oh, come on, somebody. I know I'm telling the truth here. You can tell me I'm lying, but if you call me a liar, then you actually ain't watching it. He sat there angry the whole season. Oliver, why can't I be Green Arrow? You told me if I keep working for you, massa, that you will let me be strong too. But you didn't. Now I'm angry. Now I'm going to run back to my white wife. I'm going to go back and run to my white wife and ask her to give me a job. Furtherly emasculating Diggle from the second strongest character never being strong enough to be Green Lantern. And even after it's all said and done, a new era has taken its place. But guess who it ain't? It ain't Diggle. Diggle is no more than just a soldier boy. An emasculated man who goes to his wife, his white wife at that, to obtain power of some sort. When that just means he has no power. Notice that they started with an Amanda Waller who was black, killed her character off, and replaced her with a white woman. So he's emasculated. He's not a man. He's not strong. He doesn't even know what to do with power. Even when he's given power, he can't handle power. Even when he's crippled down to his science, he has to go to some white person to heal him. Once he gets that healing, he has to beg to be powerful. He'll do anything to be powerful, but he can never be as powerful as he wants to be. This is what the CW is, the image of the black community in the eyes of the executives of CW. You know, I really used to like watching Flash. I used to love watching Arrow. But as I watch and I continue to watch, it becomes less and less fun to watch. It becomes sadder and sadder and sadder. And even when you look at a Wally West who was African American, notice that he's no longer on the show. Notice that Joe is a shell of his former self. Joe is just an old man. That's all he is at this point. He's a time long ago. He's trying to raise a kid at an old age with a wife who's in everybody's business. Oh, y'all didn't think I was going to hit that, did y'all? With a wife who's in everybody's business. I don't even think that they married. That's right. I don't even think they actually got married, did they? But even if they did, raising a kid, she's in everybody's head, everybody's mind. She's trying every which way she can to keep her powers. Because she has to hold on to her baby. She has to be strong to know what her baby thinks. She is a coddle mom. Too strict. Look at what they're doing here, people. Look at the image of the black community to the CW. Now, these are your liberals. These are your liberals, people. These aren't your Fox News real people, okay? So for all of you who say to me that it is just the right side that does these things, you're not looking at the underlying racial issues that come from the left. So if you, black community, are sitting here telling me that the Democrats and the left is the right way to go, if you're telling me that that is the right view of the black community, is that we're gay, we have no ability to take care of our children, we are sexually confused all the time, we are sexually just out there, we're begging white people for power, we wouldn't know what to do with it if we got it, we're crippled, and even when we're not crippled, we're still begging white people for help. And if we did get power, we obtain power, we're born into power, we're still just regular Negroes. Can't figure it out. And the wealth will die with us because gay can't procreate. And even if we are in a heterosexual relationship, our women don't listen to our men. Our men are either too old to do something, old, used up, set to the side, couple of lines here and there. And our boys are wandering to and fro throughout the universe because they can't figure out how to be men because dad wasn't around to be in their lives. This is the left wing. This is what they think of you. Yeah, I have a problem with the right side and the overt racism where it's just right there in front of your face. But this right here is that subtle stuff that they're not going to tell you. They're not going to just say out loud. They're not going to just frame it as racism. They're going to frame it as just another conversation. Meanwhile, you're soaking it in. You're like, I want to be Mr. Terrific. I want to be Thunder. I want to be Lightning. I want to be all of these different things because I think that Black Lightning is cool. Yeah, he was. He was. Black folks can't get along. Black folks are stuck in the hood. Hood culture all day. Even when we are doing right, we have something good. Notice the first thing they give us is the hood. Black Lightning ain't in the suburbs. He's in the hood. Like black folks don't have a suburb. Like black folks can't take care of their homes. Like black folks just can't take care of their kids. Come on. Like black folks are just sitting around all day long shooting up each other. This is what they want you to think. This is what the left think about each other. That the drug dealer and the preacher are the only big things in the only wealth that you have in the black community is the black person who's either in a medical field, right? Where she can't handle no man. She can't stick with her man. She's in the same house with them, but they talk about divorce the whole time. They ready to divorce any second. Doesn't matter. They're ready to divorce. You got Black Lightning who is raised by a white man. So he's raised to understand his power. But he's crippled by his own power. He can't even sustain his own power. He doesn't know how to handle his power. And even when he actually has his powers working, that power that he does have, he keeps squandering it and using it inappropriately. Until some white man teaches him how to use that power properly. It makes him a suit. His daughters are all over the place. One can't even hold herself properly. She's out trying to get a thug. The one light-skinned albino man gets power. But of course, he's a drug dealer. He's the underbelly. So he gets the, act a certain way. He gets to act alpha. He gets to act powerful and strong. Right? Because that's what your community is all about, black people. That's what they think your community is all about. Drugs. Look, I grew up in the hood. So you ain't going to tell me that I don't know that there was some drugs going around in the hood. I know that there was gang violence in the hood. But there was also families who were taking care of their business. Everybody wasn't getting shot. Everybody wasn't getting killed. Everybody, or else there would be no black community. Everybody ain't going to jail. But if you listen to the CW, that's all we care about. This is the view that they have of you on the left. And believe it or not, it's the same view they have of you on the right. But this is your left-wing media. that you say is not racist, that just loves you so much, that just thinks so greatly of you. CW, this is what they think of you. Oh, don't get me on ABC. I got something coming for you guys. But yeah, at this moment, I have discontinued my watching of any CW related programming until they get the black community back on track. So, whether you follow me is up to you. I won't stop you for watching it. I can't stop you, obviously, because I'm not in your home. But as for me and my house, I have had my fill of the CW. And until they start pushing the black agenda a little bit better, I will, or better completely, I will not, and I mean I will not, give another holler or hair of my ratings to that channel. And neither should you. I'm your boy, the Big Asuchia, and I'm out of here.